The movie theater operator is expected to post quarterly loss of 65 cents a share in its upcoming report, which represents a year-over-year change of plus 53.6%. Revenues are expected to be $1.1 billion, up 10.5% from the year ago during the same quarter. What is going on, guys? Lottery Socks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, AMC is about to announce earnings this week, and we really have to cover it. This poses the question, are we going to squeeze this week? Is it time to buy? Before we get into all the information, all I ask you guys to do is hit the like button on the video. It's free. It helps me out. Subscribe to the channel. Have post notifications on. Let's get into it. So AMC may report negative earnings according to Yahoo Finance. According to this article, the market expects AMC to deliver a year-over-year increase in earnings on higher revenues when it reports results for the quarter ended December 2023. The widely known consensus outlook is important in assessing the company's earnings picture, but a powerful factor that might influence its near-term stock price is how the actual results compare to these estimates. Of course, it basically says the stock might move higher if it tops expectations and it might move lower if they miss, which is self-explanatory. While management's discussion of business conditions on the earnings call will mostly determine the sustainability of the immediate price change and future earnings expectations, it's worth having a handicapping insight into the odds of positive EPS surprise. Now, I like that. I like that paragraph right there because previously, coming into the week, this is Adam Aron's latest tweet saying that he will have, in quotes, much to say on the earnings call. He says about what is going on, okay? He will have much to say as to what is going on, and he thinks the best time to do so is this upcoming earnings call, so it will be big for AMC. Now, if you've been watching my channel, shout out to you guys. Shout out to my long-term subscribers, over 18,000 of you. We have been tracking the cycle before January on AMC, and we're sitting right here where we scaled up, making a base, and to start this week, we would have that move higher. If we take a look, we scaled up, making a base, and to start the week, we would have that move higher immediately. Now, the past 1, 2, 3, 4 earnings calls for AMC, we had a gap down and or a nasty sell-off. Coming into this earnings, based off of the previous ones, that is not a good look. There's more of a chance that we drop lower. But we know AMC's stock price is on an algorithm, so what are we going to do? Are we still going to squeeze here? This is the catalyst we've been waiting for, in my opinion, lining up with the point of interest, and we have a good shot at moving higher. Volume has been decreasing on this little bit of a cool off, which is a good sign to see. These are the levels we're watching: 545, 655, 750, 859, 75, 1135 to 1165, 1623, and then $24 are the first steps that we're watching on AMC. Note, back here, the first day that we had that move higher was January 15th. We all know kind of why, right? Retail was piling into the stock, short sellers were drowning underwater. But if we take a look at what articles say, this is what they say. January 15th, 2021, 6:55 p.m. why AMC Entertainment stock finished higher today. There was no company specific news. Okay. Shares seem to gain on President Joe Biden's relief package announcement last night. This doesn't make any sense. Then they correlated AMC following GameStop, previously moving higher slowly. And then you come down the line and they say that AMC is not one of the 10 stocks to buy now. You should not do this. Okay. Then we also have, on the other hand, actually some real news that dropped that day, which AMC Entertainment Holdings secured commitment for $100 million of new first lien debt financing from Mudrick Capital Management to bolster AMC's near-term liquidity. This was a positive catalyst for AMC to move it higher. And overall, as retail was piling into the stock, AMC was coming back. They had some positive things come out for it, and short sellers didn't like that, right? They don't like positive fundamental news, but also some of them might just have seen the way others are going to get crushed in the move in the near future and started to get out. Another thing to note, back during this time frame, the same exact time frame, institutional ownership ended up dropping to the levels where we just recently dropped to, which tracks the same exact time frame, the cycle that we had. And then they started to scale higher, same exact thing is happening. Another thing to note, during this time frame, this green line back here is January 15th, the S&P 500 rallied up out of the COVID crash and started to climb, testing all-time highs, breaking all-time highs, testing all-time highs, breaking all-time highs. And this is exactly what happened. Coming out of this crash, at least this little correction into October 30th of 2023, straight climbing above 5,000, above banks' estimates. Short sellers getting slaughtered on this move higher. Also, watching GameStop, this is where AMC, where we're tracking where it came down and base before moving higher. GameStop the same exact day had a nice big candle to kick it off. Ethereum Classic coming back up, holding support to test that level. Ethereum Classic as well as XRP track AMC. XRP also finding support right here, right around 52 cents. Watch for resistance at 62 cents before getting that move higher. This week should be interesting. Watch XRP as well as Ethereum Classic and crypto over the weekend to see if we have any sort of movement. Now, a couple other things to note. Nvidia short sellers just lost over $3 billion in one day after the earnings rally. $18.5 billion worth of Nvidia shares are still shorted. So short sellers are losing more and more and more and more consistently in Nvidia. They may be losing more soon in Tesla. They are losing a ton and have lost a ton in the overall market, right? Back during the overall market, when we were around 465 to 470, short sellers were down almost 200 billion. Now we're sitting above 5,000. You can see where that issue is. Another thing to note, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway cash pile hits highest level on record in Q4. Why is this substantial? Well, AMD CEO also just started selling AMD shares, selling $20 million worth of AMD with more shares to follow. Institutions, big players have been selling off their portfolios over in Meta, over in Amazon, over in all of the blue chip stocks, AI stocks. This bubble may come down. These meme stocks may just have their chance to move, and big players might just be preparing for it. We also seen recently that more and more AMC shares are being bought up by institutions. You can also see that slowly scaling up right here. Coming into the week, we ended Friday with another order imbalance of 89,000 shares that we didn't end up covering. That was also on the buy side. Short interest ended up rising last week, 12.42%. Coming up, nearing that 13% level, right? We're almost at 12.5. We recently were at 9, so it's been consistently scaling up on this downtrend with 31.1 million shares shorted. Into the week, for the expiration March 1st, we have about 42,000 calls compared to 15,000 puts, so that should be interesting. Short exempt volume died down for about 4 consecutive days on AMC, so they may just be saving some firepower to come into the week. Overall, I think we do have a good shot at getting this move higher, but keep in mind, market makers are going to do every single thing in their power to not let that happen. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is this the time, or are we going to sell off even further? What is Adam Aaron going to say? Is he going to ruin it? Is he going to cause us to squeeze higher? This, in my opinion, is going to be a valid time frame to figure out if he is 100% a suit or not. Okay, so that is what we are watching. If he's a suit or an ape, yes. Lottery stocks, you don't need more information. I get that, but this is really going to decide, in my opinion. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Let me know how you're playing this. Are you buying more? Are you getting into calls? Are you getting into puts? Enjoy the rest of your weekend, but most importantly, get in the Discord. Come talk with me over the weekend so we can chit-chat stocks as well as crypto. And the most amazing people are in here with the best vibes. There's no bad questions. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. We also have options trading alerts. We post gains, post losses, and more. And if you guys want up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash for 3 months and then 5.1% for the rest of the time being. Use my link. It's at the top of the description. Open an account for Moomoo and make a deposit of even a penny to start earning benefits. So once you open an account, make sure to make a deposit and you're going to get a ton of benefits, including level 2 order book data for free so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares, which will help you ultimately trade, access to viewing other exchanges, trading options, going long, going short, and more as a retail trader. So go do that. Both of those links are under the video and pinned in the top comments. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.